Hi guys, and welcome to the latest video. It's been about 10 days since I last did a what sold video, so I thought I'd pop on and share with you guys 10 items that we've sold recently for pretty decent profit. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into it. The very first item I want to share with you guys is this Xiron Model 510 sticker label magnet maker. Now this was picked up from a local charity shop for £5. That's what they were asking. I had a look at it quickly, and I've got a little bit of experience with crafting items. I've sold in the past. We've sold like the Cricut machines, which do all the different kinds of embossing and all this kind of, I don't know, all different kinds of machines to do with craft, and I know craft tends to have a really good market. We've dealt a lot in stamps and things, so anything craft like I do pick up on, or at least take a look at. This is the first time I'd come across this particular item. So it's like a press basically, and you can create little sticker magnets with different attachments, with different styles of cartridges. I think it came with some kind of a laminator cartridge, but anyway, it listed it for 25. We actually received an offer on this item, and I'm just taking a look for how much. We got an offer of £20 plus the £3.99 shipping, so I was actually happy to accept that and move on. So from £5 to a £20 sale. Next item, now this was a £20 pickup from a charity shop. So it was a Sony Micro Hi-Fi with a FM radio, DAB radio, CD player, an iPod dock, USB, etc. So you got the model number there. So I just titled it Sony Micro Hi-Fi system with all the bits and pieces. There's quite a lot to fit into the title. So paid £20 for it. It did come with its remote control. I tested it. It all seemed to work just fine. It did have a few marks on it, but nothing serious. And the speakers were in good condition. It did actually look like it had previously been bought from a Cash Converters and then donated. So someone had bought it from Cash Converters, had used it, and then donated it. So like I said, I ended up paying £20 for it. And as you can see, we actually got the full asking that you can see on screen of £99.99, plus there was £7.99 shipping on top. So from £20 to £100 sale. So it's always worth looking out for these types of items. So, you know, small electronics, they don't have to be high-end all the time. I know I often talk about high-end hi-fi and separate amps and stereo systems and things. However, there is a lot of value and a lot of resale value also in the all-in-one compact units that are available for sale as well. So you know, don't let yourself down. If you're an audiophile or like an audio snob or a hi-fi geek, don't go past these, like what you would see as potentially lesser items. I would personally see this as like a lesser hi-fi system. It's not the kind of hi-fi system I would have, just because I like separates, but that doesn't mean that there's not great value to be had. So as you can see, we paid 20 and we sold it for 100, so nice sale. Bit of clothing. This was quite a recent pickup. I absolutely love picking up corduroy stuff, and corduroy stuff tends to sell, as Georgina Gill will also attest to. These are a pair of Levi's 595 beige corduroy trousers. They're waist 32, leg 30, and they're made in the USA. They actually looked a little bit kind of funky. They were in good condition, but what was really interesting about them, they had like the dry goods label stitched on the inside of the jeans as well. They were just weird looking. They just had a weird looking shape to them. I think there was just like a boot cut or something, I'm not sure, but obviously they're made in the US. Levi cords. We had them up at 25, and very quickly we actually got an offer of 16, and because we only pay £1.50 for pretty much all the clothing that I'm going to show you, it was a no-brainer. £1.50 to £16 plus the £3.49 shipping. It's a pretty good flip, so nice little sale. Cord trousers, depending on the brand, definitely worth looking out for. Now this is one of my favorite sales of recent times. This was also a £1.50 pickup from the charity shop, and it's a vintage football shirt. If you guys didn't know already, vintage football shirts are well worth looking out for, well worth researching, learning, because they're not all created equal like any niche. Just because someone says, oh, vintage football shirts worth a lot of money, It's not true. It's just not true. There are vintage football shirts which won't be worth nearly as much money, and so that's worth bearing in mind. So this is a 1993-1994 Chelsea away kit, and it's actually the third strip, which probably makes it more desirable because it would have been used less often. There would have probably been fewer of these produced for sale as well, but what obviously attracted me to it, apart from it being blatantly vintage, was the massive Commodore Amiga logo. It wasn't in the best condition. There were the odd bits of pulling, etc., as you'd expect to the material of a football shirt after this period of time, but still it's a super retro item. Football fans go crazy for this, and I was told later on by a couple of viewers such as Dave Rowland that Amiga fans would have also gone mad for this. So potentially I did lose out a little bit, because even though we priced it at 100, and a few of you guys actually out there in the chat thought that 100 would have been very achievable, I received an offer within, I don't know whether it was minutes or within an hour for certain, received an offer on this shirt for £65, which I thought I couldn't turn down. £65 was a decent offer in my eyes, considering we paid £1.50. So in my mind, it just made sense to sell it and move on. Next item. Now this is another bit of electricals. This is a Behringer 3-channel DJ mixer. I picked this up for £10. This was actually something that I was contacted about, and you know, people, it was kept behind for me because you know, they knew that I'd be interested in it, and I actually bought this along with a couple of CD decks. I think it's like CD DJ type decks. Paid £10 for this item, and in the end I accepted an offer of it was up at £70, as you can see, plus shipping. In the end I accepted an offer of £55, so from £10 to £55, really worth picking up. It was in excellent condition, came with a user manual, original box and packaging. It didn't look like it had much use. I think when you're looking at DJ equipment, you've got to be very careful. You've got to be very wary. People that are into DJing are not the most gentle users of the equipment that you'll see. It's not like it's being used in a nice music studio at home or something. This stuff is being used often in gigging and that kind of stuff, and so it's handled roughly. I mean, obviously the stuff is designed to handle more of a beating. You know, the materials used tend to be a bit tougher, they tend to be a bit beefier, more durable, but that doesn't mean that they're indestructible. So definitely, if you're looking out for stuff that's been used by DJs, just be aware to look out for wear and tear, etc. Moving on, another bit of clothing. Fat Face is a brand that is just doing very well for us overall, whether it's jumpers or sweaters or trousers. They tend to sell relatively well, relatively quickly, and this is a pair of chinos that I picked up for £1.50, priced them up at 20, and very quickly again received an offer of £15.50 plus the £3.50 shipping. So I was more than pleased to accept that offer from obviously £1.50, so nice little sale there. Moving on, now this is something that I have learned to leave behind next time. I often see, sometimes you see a lot of coats and jackets and things like that, and coats and jackets do take up a lot of space, and that's something that you have to bear in mind. And this is a Surfernic snowboarding skiing jacket. It's a size small, which probably didn't help it, but this has been on sale for a long time. I only paid £1.50 for it. It's been on sale for a long time at £26.99. It's got plus shipping as well. We received an offer of £18 plus the shipping, so I was more than happy to accept that £3.99 shipping on top. I thought, you know, it's about time that it moves on. I mean, it was a nice enough jacket, but just not the demand there. Now there are certain ski and snowboard jackets that sell for really good money. I mean, I've seen Steve Green, George Ross sell some really nice vintage but like 80s looking ski and snowboard jackets, and they tend to sell for a lot more money, and they tend to sell a bit quicker from what I've seen, but this stuck around. It's just a regular jacket, so it was probably waiting for someone that was a size small that was looking for this particular style of jacket when they're going on their holiday, and they picked it up for a good price for them and a good profit for me. Moving on, now this is a very interesting item to me. It may not seem it at first glance, but this is a Leeds Rhino training hoodie. And the reason why I find this item interesting is because it's not, in a way, it's not at all interesting. However, I have listed this now 3 times, and this is the 3rd time it has sold. The first, and the thing is, what's interesting is every time it has sold, it sold very quickly. I've listed it and I've received an offer on it within the same day of listing it. I can't remember exactly when I received the offers on the previous occasions, but I definitely received offers on the same day of listing. So it's obviously something that people look out for. However, the previous 2 times I accepted offers, no one paid. Two times. So I had to open 2 unpaid item cases, and like, you know, that's what happened. This time around, again, I received an offer very quickly after listing it. I think it was within an hour or 2 of listing it, and it also happened to be the best offer I have had out of the other 2 offers. And this time they paid immediately as well, so all's well that ends well. And again, it was a £1.50 pickup, priced it at 18 plus shipping, received an offer of £15 plus the £3.99 shipping, and I was more than happy to accept that. You know, I was very happy, and I was even happier when it got paid for immediately. So that made me like very happy. So this is the 3rd time it's gone, and I hope that the buyer is happy with it. I'm sure we will find out soon enough. Moving on, now this is a CDJ professional tabletop CD player. So this is one of the items that came along with that mixer that I showed you guys earlier. So again, I paid £10 for this, and I priced it at $59.99 plus shipping. So it's like a Gemini CDJ professional tabletop CD player. Again, it's worth testing these items, especially these CD mixers. Gemini is not a top-end brand. It's like an entry-level brand. It's the kind of thing that you would have found sold at Maplins before they shut down. It's not a Pioneer. Pioneer tend to be like the more like high-end of this particular type of item, but it was in good working order. It didn't really look like it had much use. I priced it at 60 plus shipping. I received an offer of $47.99, so with shipping it was $55.98, which I was more than happy to accept from a £10 sale, so from a £10 purchase. So I was very pleased with that. Final item I wish to share with you is the doll that we shared on the previous Friday Chinwag. This is a great little pickup and a great little flip. This is a Kayla by Diana Effner 1994 Expressions porcelain doll, 24-inch porcelain doll. Now, I paid £4 for this at a charity shop. I just noticed it had the skin tone on it looked a bit more kind of, I don't know, it just looked better painted than a lot of things. It looked a little bit more realistic. Unfortunately, it had condition issues. As you can see from the photographs, the hairpiece, the wig, had unglued, so that will need re-gluing. Also, unfortunately, there were markings on the legs and hands. It wasn't in mint condition. However, the porcelain itself was fine. And if you look at the back of the head actually was like a soft part, like it's the front part that's the porcelain. Back of the head is like, I think so anyway, but this has like an imprinting which says Kayla and Diana Effner 1994 Expressions, and that's obviously what helped me research it. Now, I listed this, as I said, for I paid £4, listed it for $99.99, and immediately it picked up 2 watches, and immediately I got 2 offers. One offer was for £50, one offer was for £60. And they were both from America. Now, America, obviously, the thing with this doll is designed to be displayed on a vertical stand, so you've got to bear this in mind when you're doing international shipping. So when you purchase something like this and you're looking to ship internationally, you've got to be aware that pricing for international shipping jumps up exponentially. It really skyrockets when your parcel becomes anything bigger than what is a standard small parcel. So anything that goes above 45 centimeters in length, double triple check what you will be paying from your couriers, because the price will shoot up. Now, I priced my shipping at £50 because in the past I have been stung badly with shipping. So you learn from your mistakes, and you learn that actually if it goes above, there's certain sweet spots. So 45 centimeters is like what a small parcel comes under, and you'll find you can actually ship worldwide pretty reasonably, and you can price pretty reasonably when you look around. You go, if the length becomes a bit too much, the price shoots up. And this doll cannot be bent or folded over. It's designed to be stood on a stand, so it's 24-inch long doll. So with packaging, bubble wrap, bear in mind it's porcelain, it was over 60 centimeters. Now, I charged £50 shipping, hence why I think the offers that I received were lower, but in the end the shipping came in well under that, so that was good. So it gives me a little bit of a cushion, and I accepted the £60 offer. So that was the final sale. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little video. It's just 10 items that we've sold within the last 10 days actually. So if there was anything interesting in there, hopefully you guys will pick it up and be able to look for it when you're out sourcing for stock yourself. If you've got any questions, as ever, please leave them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.